Hello all my beautiful sisters from those other misters, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing the next installment in my series where I test out all of my makeup items. This category is massive. This is going to be a long video. I'm going to try not to talk too much though, because I don't want to spend like 6 hours editing it. But today I'm tackling my face sprays. So we've got like setting sprays, hydration sprays, priming sprays, sprays coming out of my goddamn backside, like just... Why do I have so many? I know exactly why I have so many. I went through a phase of just being obsessed with them and having like no self-control when it came to purchasing them. I just, if I wanted it, I purchased it essentially. So I've ended up with a boatload. I don't know how many. I'll probably count them at the end. We'll work out like what I'm keeping, what I'm getting rid of. I don't even know if I'm getting rid of any, to be honest, but whatever. Let's continue. So I'm going to start with the ones that are currently in my project pan. I have 4. So I've got 2 of the It's Skin Power 10 formula sprays here. This one is the Moisture Mist. There's not much left in there. And then I have the Soothing Mist. Now, I have actually tried 4 from this range. So I've previously had 2 others that I finished up, and I quite like these sprays. I don't really know if any of them do anything like in particular. I would say they're all hydrating to a degree, but they do have a really lovely micro mist. So if you just want like a tiny bit, you can, you know, give yourself a little spritz, or if you want a lot, you can build it up. I really like these. It's not that I wouldn't buy them again in the future. It's more that now that I've tried them, I'm sort of, you know, I'm not as curious as I once was. I do enjoy them. I can certainly finish them up, and I will, so I'm not going to get rid of them. There's a reason why they're in my project pan. I do just want to use them up though. I also have this one from Linda Hallberg. It is the H2 Glow Mist. This is a really nice mist. It is biphase, and it's definitely designed to hydrate and offer like glowiness to the skin. However, the mister on this is absolute garbage. It's like, it is fine, as you can probably see, but it comes out in like uneven sprays. So you get like these strong jets of spray that are sort of concentrated. I really dislike the mister on this, and the reason why it's in my project pan is because I want it gone. I would not buy it again. I don't even know if they still make this. I would assume that they do. I don't know if they've changed the packaging, if they do make it though. Maybe they have, and if they have, then that's fantastic. But the mister on this, I don't know. I don't know if I just got a faulty one, or if it was kind of an issue across the board. But yeah, I'm not keen on the packaging of that one. The next one that I have in my project pan is from Mecca Cosmetica. This is a makeup perfecting mist. I'm actually going to put some of this on today. I don't mind this. It's a standard spray, so it's, you know, quite wet. I wouldn't say it's micro fine, but it is fine enough that you're not getting like splotches on the skin or anything like that, and it covers the face quite well. It's quite even. Makeup perfecting mist, I don't really know what it's meant to do. Is it meant to lock things in? Is it meant to hydrate? I don't know. It says it helps to revitalize, soothe, hydrate. I mean, it's a lot of things. I just use it as a hydrating mist. It's just fine. I do find that this can leave a little bit of like a tacky residue, and I actually mostly notice it in my hair. If I don't, you know, try to protect my hair when I spray it on my face, I'll be like, oh, why is my hair stuck together later on in the day. I would not purchase this. I'd be more inclined to purchase something that I haven't tried in the past, or a face mist that I already know and love. But it is fine. I have finished one of these up in the past, and my goal is to get this done and then put this in here so I can finish this. So those are the 4 that I'm currently working on for this year. None of them I would purchase again though. Let's go through some brands that I have quite a few setting sprays from. I am going to start with MAC. This is Fix Plus. I think everyone knows what Fix Plus is. It's been around for ages. It is I consider it personally a refreshing mist, so best used at the end of your makeup to sort of make the skin look more like skin and less like you've just put on, you know, 5 or 6 layers of makeup. It's particularly good for if you have over powdered and your skin is looking quite dry. It is quite hydrating. The scent of Fix Plus is lovely. I love the original scent. The mister it's trash. I'm just gonna say, when this first came out, fine, it was, you know, pretty standard. But these days, I would say the mister is too concentrated. I personally feel like you have to hold it like miles back from the skin, otherwise you get like really wet concentrated patches. I'm gonna end up with like 30 layers of setting spray on my face today. I just know it. It's fine. Good. Things are getting used. This is kind of the original. I would not say it's the best though. I'm definitely not going to get rid of this. I would definitely purchase this product again in the future. There is one that I prefer over this one for older skin, and I think if I was going to buy just a standard formula Fix Plus, I would probably get something that has like a scent variation to it, just for a little bit of extra fun. And one of those that I have is the Sakura one. So this has a really nice sort of light cherry blossom scent. The sprayer is exactly the same, but oh, what I love about it is that scent. It's really, really beautiful. This was a limited edition product, so I kind of treasure it a little bit more, but I'm happy to keep that one and continue using it in the future. I do also have a bunch of MAC Fix Plus minis. These are all scented. So I have the cucumber one. This smells like artificial cucumber. It's not very nice. I think they could have done a much better job with the scent. The sprayers on these are the same as the full size. Hold them way back. Just hold it like way back, arm's length at least. I think these are actually best used by makeup artists when they can really hold it way back from the face to control the amount of spray. And when you're doing it to yourself, it's a bit more difficult because, you know, you've got your eyes closed and you're like, am I aiming in the right spot? And if you're up too close, you squirt it in your eye and then you're just fucking annoyed. I do love their little scented ones though. I think it's really fun that they've been doing that. I wouldn't buy a cucumber one if they brought it out again because I don't trust them to get it right. Some that I have here are the watermelon scents. I have 2 of these. This one reminds me of watermelon Jolly Ranchers, which I love. So for me, the scent is great, but I think it is quite artificial. A lot of people probably wouldn't like it. So there's that. But, you know, watermelon, I ended up with 2 of them. One was gifted to me, one I purchased. The pineapple one. So I really enjoy this scent. It reminds me of, this might be a very Aussie thing. It's the Bundaberg pineapple and coconut soft drink. Smells great. Really, really love it. Kind of just, yeah, there we go. Oh, it's like, it makes me think of like a tropical cocktail, a holiday. I'm glistening already. This one I really enjoy. If they brought this out again, I might consider buying it because I love the scent. But my absolute favorite from this collection that they released was this one, which is the Peony. This one has a really, really fresh floral scent, which I love. I'm not usually a fan of florals. I find that, you know, a lot of brands make them quite powdery or they're really intense and a bit sickly. This one's really fresh and I enjoy it. I was almost not going to buy this one, but I smelt it in store and I was like, holy fuck, it's the best of all of them. So this one I do love, and there's only like half a bottle left. I would say out of all of my mini scented ones, this is the one that has had the most use, and I use it quite sparingly because I consider it a little bit of a treasure. I can't get it anymore as far as I'm aware, so I love it. MAC did release another collection of mini scented Fix Pluses. I think there was 5 in the range. I only ended up with 1, and it was sent in PR, which I really appreciated. This one is meant to be peach and strawberry. I think it smells like peach iced tea. I don't pick up a whole lot of like strawberry scent in it, but it is fruity. It's just kind of a little bit like I don't know, a little bit like generic fruity. Like, can't really work out what the exact fruits are, but I do pick up that like sweet peach kind of iced tea scent. Again, I like the scent. I think the sprayers could really do with a lot of work. My favorite MAC Fix Plus though is the Radiance Fix Plus. So this contains vitamin C. I'm a bit sensitive to vitamin C, but I can use this. It's very, very gentle. Now this actually came about when one of the MAC makeup artists was putting a serum in her Fix Plus bottle and mixing it up and using it for some of the MAC shows, and it is absolutely, it's outstanding. If you have a little bit older skin or dry skin or all of the above, buy this one. Don't even worry about the normal one. Don't fuck with the scented ones. Buy this one. It's fantastic. I will say Fix Plus is quite expensive for what it is, but I love this product. It has been like, ever since I tried it, I was like, this is the one. If I'm ever going to buy a MAC Fix Plus again, it's going to be this, or maybe a scented one if I'm like, I want the experience of a scented one. But this is my absolute favorite. I feel like it's up there with like holy grail status of all of my sprays, and yeah, I will never get rid of it. I'll probably always have a bottle of it in my stash. Okay, I think next we really need to talk about Smashbox, because I have a problem, and that's not all of them. This is the primer water spray. Now this stuff, the original is the one that I fell in love with. But the scent of the original one is pretty fucking gross. It smells like dirt, if you ask me. It's not pleasant. However, the product itself is fantastic. It's got a really good mister. You can see that it's like, it gives you a decent amount of mist, but it's quite fine, and it's not overly concentrated, so you're not going to get like splurts and splatters on your face. Now this is usable during all steps of your makeup. Use it as an actual primer spray. It's going to give your skin a little bit of hydration, and I swear it does something for like holding makeup in place and like stopping it from moving, and like maintaining longevity of your like foundation base. It doesn't stop everything from moving. It's not like a fucking magic wand. It's, you know, you're putting makeup on a surface that moves, so your makeup is obviously also going to move throughout the day. But I definitely think that this helps, and it's fantastic. Another thing that I love to do with this is to actually use it between layers of makeup. So I will use it as a primer spray, then I will put on a tiny bit of foundation just all over. I will spritz with this again, and then I will go in with a little bit of extra foundation where I need it. My God, the effect is just like natural looking makeup. Like, it looks like skin. You can then also use this to refresh your makeup after you have powdered it, and if you're starting to look a little bit too matte and you want to bring some life back into it, make your skin look like skin again, this is a fantastic product for doing that. Now, all of the ones that I have are scented. I have some from the Hood Witch collection. I have some from the, I don't know what collection this was, but they released, I think they released 3 of them. I bought 2. I bought Serene Greens and Centering Citrus. I have all 3 from the Hood Witch collection, and I have the like Earth, Air, Fire, Water mini collection from Holiday Pack whenever they released it years ago. I'll take you through the scents that I have. There's black pepper and cinnamon, which sounds horrible, but it's actually really nice. Geranium and melon, also really nice. Cedarwood and vetiver, and sea salt and lemon. These little guys are fantastic. I really like the scents of them. They're not like your sort of typical run-of-the-mill scents. They feel a little bit more sophisticated because, you know, they're a bit different to what you would normally see, and, you know, because they're limited edition, I just really enjoy them. I will use those organically and very slowly because, you know, I can't get them anymore. The Hood Witch ones, I believe one of the, I think it was Crystal Clarity. I'm not a fan of the scent of this. I do love the product, so I will definitely use it, but like it's not a great love of mine, and this would probably be up there with one of the first of these, like this particular range that I would try to pan. This one's lavender and sweet orange, and mostly I don't like it because lavender. Then we have jasmine and rose and clary sage and tea. These two are, again, they're a little bit more complex, you know, not your run-of-the-mill sort of scents, and I quite enjoy them. Then we have these guys, which are Centering Citrus and Serene Greens. I don't love Serene Greens. I don't think it's not really my fave. Centering Citrus is really nice though. However, what I will say about every single one of these is you can still smell that underlying scent of the original one that just smells like dirt, which is really strange to me. I don't find it particularly pleasant, and I think like, I think this is an absolutely outstanding product, and I think a lot of people may have like picked this up in store and smelt it and gone yuck, and I think that's probably something that, you know, prevented these from really taking off, because it's an outstanding product and it really does work, and it's such like, it's a great all-rounder. The fact that you can use it as a priming product, as like a mid-routine product, and then as a finishing product, just, it's the sort of thing like you would use it in a professional makeup kit, because it actually works and it's usable for so many things. I don't know what causes that weird dirt scent in this product, but look, maybe it's an ingredient that is actually integral to the way this product works and why it's so effective, but my god, it stinks. Let's talk about Uemura next. Now, I actually have 4 of these. I don't know if there's any more in the range, but, you know, when I was buying these were all of them. I also have a mini of my favorite scent, so let's go through them. These are the Skin Perfectors. They're makeup refreshing mists, and they are biphase, so that means they have a little oil layer. And it, you know, you shake it up before you spray it on your face. The mister of these is like super fine, and just, oh god, I love a really like microfine mister because it's just usable on all skin types. If you've got oily skin but you still need to bring some life back into a base that you've overset, you can use just a few little spritzes of this and it's usually enough. If you have dry skin, you can go ham with it and really get that skin glowing and feeling hydrated and comfortable. So I love, love, love the mister on these, and the mister is the same on the mini and the full size, which is fantastic. Now, I have 4 scents. I've got Sakura, which is Cherry Blossom. I also have the Shobu, which is supposed to be like, it's supposed to sort of represent the scent of the ocean. I don't really like this one all that much though. Another one I'm not a huge fan of is the Cypress one, and this is supposed to be more of like an earthy planty scent. These two are my least favorite in terms of the scents, but the formula across the board is the same, so don't be concerned about that. I would like to ultimately sort of focus on these guys and pan them, but they wouldn't be ones that I would repurchase in the future. The one that I really would repurchase in the future, maybe Sakura, but I'd be more inclined to go for this one, which is the reason why I have a full size and a mini. This is the Yuzu one, so it smells like Yuzu, which is really beautiful. I believe it's Japanese citrus. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's like predominantly found in Japan. It is just divine, and I'm going to spray it on my face because, you know, oh my god, how can you not? This is one of those products that I kind of would always want to have in my stash because I just love the way the product works. The mister is fantastic and the scent gives you that really nice experience. Okay, I think we should talk about Urban Decay next because I'm not going to say overly nice things about this brand, but then I'm going to follow up with a brand that I'm just like, if you want this, you should really buy something else. So this is the Urban Decay All Nighter spray. It's not my favorite. This is definitely a setting spray. It is designed to lock your makeup in. I don't find it to be super effective. It is to a degree, but I've tried better and I'm about to show you better. I really would probably feel the urge to declutter these because I just don't really feel like I'm going to reach for them over the next product that I talk about. But I don't know if you guys have noticed, these two bottles are actually, like, they have sentimental value to me. This one was from Mecca Land and it has like the special Mecca Land packaging. We were invited to go for like a PR event. It was really nice and I have really fond memories, so I kind of treasure it a little bit. It might actually be better for me to like just empty this out and put something else in it. That's probably a good idea. The mister on this is fine, but again, I would definitely say like you need to hold this back because it can, if you hold it too close, you might be able to see it's quite condensed when it's, you know, if you're holding it here, you're going to get splotches of product. When you hold it way back, you still do get, like, you can feel bigger droplets of product on your skin. So it's not my fave. I don't love it. In terms of like formula's not my fave, packaging's not my fave, but there's sentimental value there. This one even more so. This was also sent by Mecca on behalf of Urban Decay and it has my name on it and they even spelt it right and it's very special. Kat and I both got one of these and you know, I still remember the day that we got these. We took a selfie together and it was really cute, and you know, so it's got sentimental value for me. Again, I think what I can do is probably just, you know, tip the product out. You can totally do that. And I could keep the packaging, I could pop something else in there, maybe even the Linda Hallberg Glow Mist. So yeah, I would say if this was standard Urban Decay packaging, I would declutter them. I have decluttered all of the other ones that I had in the past. This is not something that I would buy and it's not my favorite. But if you want an alternative that is better, then you need to go and buy Skindinavia products. Now, this product is actually made by Skindinavia on behalf of Urban Decay, but Skindinavia saved their banging formulas for themselves. They're not the exact same formula, they are different. And I have a few. I've got 2 full size and I have 2 minis here, so I will take you through them. I have the makeup primer spray, so this is very similar to the Smashbox one that I talked about earlier, the primer water. However, you wouldn't use this as like anything other than a priming step. You wouldn't use this between layers and you wouldn't use it to finish the makeup. It's just, the ingredients aren't built for doing that and you're not going to get the best results. You may even find that it jacks up your makeup a little bit. Now I have it in a mini and I have it in a full size. This is an oil control one. You can get them for different skin types though. If you have oily skin, especially if you really like sort of a lighter makeup look, or if you have textural issues, or you're getting older and you're finding that, you know, putting on layer and layer and layer of makeup is not looking so good once you're finished. Something like this is fantastic as a priming step because it actually does help to control oil. Not 100%, but also you wouldn't want a product to do that. It wouldn't be good for you and I imagine it would be very uncomfortable as well. But this does help to sort of slow down the oil production and keeps your makeup looking fresh. So it helps to prevent that oil production breakdown. If you know, you know. So I love this. It was always in my makeup artistry kit when I freelanced. I swear by it. It is the best. To go with that oil control priming spray, they do also have the makeup finishing spray. So this is the oil control version in the mini. So this little duo, dynamic as fuck. Use this one to prime, use this one to set once you've got all the makeup on, and you're going to have a really good makeup day, and it's going to last and look good. The last one that I have from Skindinavia is a makeup finishing spray. So this is not designed for oily skin or dry skin. It's designed just for normal skin. And this is the one that I would always whip out when I noticed someone didn't have like anything that we had to sort of focus on controlling, or you know, trying to like assist throughout the day. This was just the standard makeup finishing spray. It locks everything in beautifully. So if you have normal skin and you're not worried about oily skin or super dry skin or anything like that, I will actually say this is fine for dry skin. It works just fine. I still use it, but it does a really good job of locking it in. Now there is another product that I want to talk about, since I'm like raving about this brand, and if you're like, well, maybe I want to try some Skindinavia. There is another product in this range that I don't have, and that is the bridal range. So it's the bridal setting spray. God, if you really need to lock shit in for like the rest of your life, then just buy that. Just buy the bridal setting spray. It's absolutely amazing. Let's do a couple of randoms. So this is the Pacifica Coconut Essence Hydro Mist. So this was sent by a subscriber. We can't get Pacifica in Australia as far as I'm aware. I quite like the scent of this. It's an artificial like coconut, and I think like it had a mild fruity scent. Yeah. I don't mind it, but it's not like, the scent isn't mind-blowing. I think there'll probably be some people who are like, I'm not into the scent, but I kind of like it. Look, sometimes I'm a bit simple with the scents. The mister is nice. It's quite even. I would definitely encourage you to hold this one, you know, at arm's length rather than quite close. But once it sort of gets you, it's fairly wet, but in a nice fine way without actually being a microfine mister. So I do like this one. If I could buy this in Australia, I probably wouldn't purchase it again. However, I would consider, you know, buying another one if there was a scent that tickled my fancy. I do think this helps to hydrate the skin, not in like a super impressive way. There's definitely been better ones that I've talked about, and there'll be more that I talk about that are better. But it's nice, and I do know that this is a fairly affordable brand in the States, so I don't hate it. I definitely don't hate it. It's not, you know, mind-blowing, but it is nice. One that I really did not like at all was this. This is a Pixi Skin Treats Makeup Fixing Mist. This has rose water and green tea. Now, this is a really concentrated wet spray. It's like, can you see that? It's just like, it's like a hose to the face. I also don't like the scent of this. It's kind of like, it reminds me a little bit of like those scented sachets for your like intimates drawer, but like, I don't think anyone ever actually uses them anymore, but you know, they were around when I was a kid, and that's what it makes me think of. I would say that this does help to lock in your makeup though. It's not, you know, I mean, if I'm ever going to recommend anything for locking in makeup, it's always going to be Skindinavia, because it just fucking shits all over everything else that I've tried. But this isn't too bad. I just wouldn't, I would not buy it again, and I honestly don't think that I'm going to reach for it. I don't really use face sprays that lock in my makeup anymore. I don't generally need it. Sometimes I do, most times I do not, and when I'm looking for that, I'm 100% I'm reaching for Skindinavia and I don't give a shit about anything else. I mostly use sprays for hydration these days because your girl's got dry skin. So it's about to happen. I'm getting rid of my first setting spray of the video. Shall we talk about some bougie ones? Shall we? Shall we do that? Let's talk about the Caudalie Beauty Elixir. So this is supposed to be smoothing and give you a glowing complexion. This has a really nice mister. It's quite fine, but it's not so fine that you have to spray it like 50,000 times, which is kind of like these guys. If I want to get like really, really hydrated, like I'm spraying it 30 times on my face essentially. Whereas this is nice and fine, but it still does the job fairly quickly. Now, this has a slight cooling effect, and I suspect that the ingredients are not probably all that good for the skin. Alcohol is the second ingredient, which is actually okay for helping to sort of lock in makeup, but if you're trying to rehydrate the skin, it cannot be great. So for me, it's not, you know, it's not my absolute fave. So look, for me, I wouldn't buy this. I do have some respect for this product because when I was and we're going back a few years now, I was on an aeroplane with Kat and Simon. We're going to Beauty Prescription Live, I believe. My skin was so fucking dry on the plane. I was like physically uncomfortable, and Simon, the absolute legend, with his Mary Poppins bag, whipped one of these out and he was like, just hold on to it. And I was just like, I was spraying it. And look, knowing now that there's alcohol in it, probably, you know, wasn't ideal, but at the time it helped me. So I do have fond memories of this product. And I have this mini, which I believe I got probably in an advent calendar one year. Maybe it was last year, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, I will finish this, but I wouldn't buy it again. Okay, one that I might buy again is this guy from Omorovicza. It is the Queen of Hungary mist. This has a beautiful fine mister. Again, it's one of those ones where it's fine, but it does the job and you can get really nice and, you know, hydrated from it. Has a really beautiful scent as well, which I enjoy, and I do find it to be hydrating without it being like over the top. Some of the ones that are biphase, again, we're coming back to this. This one I wouldn't say, you know, the Uemura not so much, but some of the biphase ones are the best ones that you can use for dry skin, especially when you're trying to rehydrate because you're feeling dry. But they can also leave you looking quite slick if you apply too much. For example, oh God, I'm dropping them all. This one from Hallberg can do that if you overdo it. This one from Omorovicza is not biphase, but it helps to like rehydrate you and give you that like nice natural looking glowy skin, which I really love. These are bougie and they're expensive. I could be convinced by myself to purchase one again. They usually do holiday packs that like suck me in. So I resisted the urge. I think it was maybe 2 years ago. I was like, I want to buy a pack of them, but I have so many face sprays, so I didn't buy it, but I could be convinced to do it in the future if I wanted to treat myself, if you know what I mean. Let's talk about Mario Badescu. Now, I feel like these face mists had a long day in the sun, essentially. They were quite popular, I felt, on like the sort of beauty YouTube community many years ago. I only have one. It is the Aloe Cucumber and Green Tea. It has like a aloe and green tea scent mostly. I don't really pick up any cucumber. What I find interesting about this spray is like the actual mister. When I spray it, I feel like it goes up there and like down here and then nowhere here, which is really strange. I wouldn't buy one of these again. I don't think they're all that special. I definitely think, you know, if you're looking for an affordable face mister and these sort of, you know, pique your interest, then they're worth trying out. You might find that you love it. I just don't, I feel like I've tried better things, and also I feel like there's a lot of face mists on the market that I would like to try in the future. So repurchasing one of these wouldn't be like my main goal. I would like to pan this though. I definitely feel that it's something that I can use. I don't think it does anything super special to my makeup. It is mildly hydrating, but not as much as I would think it would be, especially considering that it's meant to contain aloe. Potentially it's soothing, but I don't really deal with like irritated skin all that much, so I would just be taking a guess that that is like a potential thing that it does. But yeah, not like a mega fan of these, but I don't hate it, and I enjoy it enough to finish it essentially. Let's talk about Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. So I believe I had 3 or 4 of these, and I purchased one and then I was gifted a whole bunch of them. And as an oily skin person, when I first tried this, I was like, no ma'am, this shit is not good for oily skin. If you have oily skin, don't touch this with a 40-foot pole. You will be an oil slick within hours, and it's not cute. If you have dry skin though, I would say that this might be a new favorite for you. If you're willing to buy Morphe, that's probably a big caveat right there. If you're not willing to buy Morphe, disregard everything. Now, they call this a setting mist. It's called a continuous setting mist. We'll get to the continuous part in a minute. In terms of setting, no, it doesn't set shit. It settles on your face, but it's not going to set your makeup and hold it in place. It is going to rehydrate your skin, and it's going to add glowiness, especially over a long period of time. Now, when it comes to the continuous part, that is like legitimate. So Kat and I did an episode of the makeup breakup on this, where we literally just held the can down continuously, and it is legitimately continuous, and I like it for that. Being a dry skin person, I do also find this to be really effective for, giving me that nice hydration and that glowy, dewy skin that I really enjoy. So when I was like gifted a whole bunch of these from friends who knew that I'd enjoyed it and all that jazz, I held on to them. Now, I would not buy this product. Not likely anyway. I wouldn't, because there's others here that I love and I would feel more comfortable purchasing from. But I have to give props where props are due, and I do think that this is a good product for people with oily skin, and their continuous mister is actually continuous. It's nice and fine as well. Like, it's not splattery, or like, doesn't leave like big wet splotches on your face or anything like that. So I think they did a really good job with the packaging. Okay, let's talk about the CosRX Cooling Aqua Facial Mist. So this it's kind of fine, but also it has that, like, it's got density to it. So you're not getting any of these big splotches on your face, but it's still, it covers your skin quite quickly and easily. It does have an ever so slight cooling sensation to it, but nowhere near as much as like the Caudalie one, which we talked about earlier. It's mildly hydrating. I would say that this is just a bit of like, it's not much in terms of like what it does for the skin. If you have really dry skin and you want a really nice hydrating face mist, this is not going to be the one for you. If you have normal skin and you like to wear your makeup a bit more like dewy and hydrated looking, then this is probably going to be more up your alley, because it's not going to add too much oil or like hydration into your makeup finish. So this is probably best suited for normal skin. I wouldn't say it's great for oily skin though. I would not buy this one again, but I am going to just try and pan it. I'm starting to feel a little bit bad that I'm not really getting rid of anything, but I don't like to waste products, and I kind of, you know, I prefer to pan stuff if I can, and I only get rid of the stuff that I really don't like. All right, let's talk about some Force Ray beauty products. I have two here. I've got the Glisten Up Mist and I have the Fresh AF Mist. Now, the mister on these is quite nice. It's not super fine, but it's not overly splotchy or anything like that. It's pretty standard. But in terms of like standard face misting sprays, it's up there with the type that I like. It feels even, gets the job done quickly without like saturating weird areas of my face or like shooting up into my hair or something like that. So tick of approval there. Now the Glisten Up Mist, this actually, you might be able to see, it's got like a sort of pearlized pigment in it. When you spray this on your skin, you don't get any of that like sparkly weirdness that you might fear from something like this. There was one from MAC that, God, it was bad, but I think the mister played a big part in how that looked on the skin. But you can see how wet that makes my face, so that gives you an idea of like the fact that it's not a super fine mister. Like, it gets on there. This has like a sort of orangey citrusy scent, which I really enjoy, and it does help to hydrate, and it will give you a bit of extra glow. If you don't want the extra glow, and look, it's not really, I don't feel like it's the pearl pigment in it that's making the skin glowy. I think it's more the formula. But if you're not into that extra glow, then I would say the Fresh AF is really nice. This has a nice scent as well. It's kind of like generic, florally fruity, but quite soft and subtle. I quite like it. I don't know, would I buy it? Look, maybe. I have to admit, I've tried some skincare products from Force Ray that I just really enjoyed. If they released like a scent that I was really excited about, and I was already going to make an order from Colourpop for some reason, which, look, these are not things that happen in my life, but you kind of get my drift. Like, I could be convinced to purchase another face mist from Force Ray because I don't hate them, and what I've used I've enjoyed. I wouldn't go out of my way to purchase more, but if I was making an order and they had one that I was interested in, I would consider it. So there's that. These guys will be panned in the future, but like I said, I'm not going to be running around trying to buy more. Okay, let's talk about this one from Becca. It is the Skin Love Glow Shield Prime and Set Mist. Now, this is going to fall into a similar category of the Smashbox ones. This can be used to prime the skin before you put makeup on, and it can be used like in between layers and over the top. Now, it does say set. I don't think it sets anything. This is just a really nice hydrating mist. And the scent, oh my God, I love the scent. The mister is also super fine. Oh yes, just divine. I won't lie, I'm so sad that this product is no longer available. You know, Becca, that they don't make it anymore, as far as I'm aware anyway. I really like this product, and it would actually be one that I would purchase again if I was able to. But I am just going to love it. I'm just going to be grateful that I bought it on a whim, and I'm just going to enjoy it. I have it, so I will enjoy it. It's a nice spray. It hydrates the skin well. I'm sure you guys saw it's like a really super fine mister, which is nice. And yeah, what can I say? Okay, let's talk about Clinique. This is the Moisture Surge Face Spray. Now, I don't love this mister. It always feels a bit heavier sort of up here on the forehead and like down here around the neck. And then what goes on the face is a bit finer. So the mister doesn't feel even to me. Mum just interrupted me and now I can't remember what I was saying. I think I was talking about the mister. It doesn't feel like, it's not consistent with the way that it goes on the skin. It is like fairly hydrating though, which is nice. I wouldn't buy it again. I didn't find it to be anything super special. It was kind of one of those ones where I'm like, I'm curious and I want to try it, so I have. And now that I have, it's out of my system. I definitely feel like this is one that I could finish, but I wouldn't purchase it again in the future. My last sprays, and can I say perfect timing because my battery is dying, Tatcha. So I have the Luminous Dewy Skin Mist, which is beautiful, fantastic if you have dry skin. Every time I go into Mecca, I'm like, spray this on my face because I love it. These are quite expensive though. The mister is very fine, so you can, these are like user-friendly products or like consumer-friendly products. Because a mister is so fine, you can hold it in a way that feels sort of organic to you, which is usually quite close to the face rather than fucking all the way over here. And it's just nice and fine, and it will cover your skin, and it does its thing, and it's great. I really love the scent of this as well. I love Tatcha's like signature scent, so it's a winner for me. And that is one that I would absolutely buy again. Not suitable for oily skin though. Fine if you have normal skin and you like a dewy finish, but oily skin, that will probably break down your makeup faster than you want it to. And then I have this one, the Satin Skin Mist. This one is designed more for normal to oily skin. Mine stopped working, so isn't that really fun? Like, it just does not spray at all, and I'm getting rid of it. I'm annoyed because very expensive product. I think I did get this in a pack though, so it worked out a little bit cheaper. But yeah, I probably would have tried to encourage myself to get rid of this product anyway, because it is designed for oily skin and I don't have that. This has a sediment in it which you shake up, so it's similar to a biphase product with the oil. This is biphase with like some sort of, not powder, but there's something in there that like settles, creates a sediment on the bottom. You've got to shake it up, and that ingredient is designed to help control oil. If it didn't stop spraying, maybe I would have given it to a friend, but it did, so I'm getting rid of it. So in total there are 47 face mists here, and I'm only getting rid of 2. This is not my finest hour, it's really not. But I still love face mists with all of my heart. I don't use them as much as I used to because I've stopped using face powder, which means I don't have as much use for them. However, I have been using them in my routine, in my project pan, and I am enjoying them, so I think I might try and get back into using them more consistently. Essentially, this one has been one that I've been using like every single time I do my makeup, so you know, I am making progress. I also finished another one that was in my project pan, spoiler alert, so I'm getting back into using them. I definitely think there is room for me to declutter some in the future, or finish some up at the absolute very least. Going through these again, I was sort of feeling that pang of excitement for panning some, and I think it's been quite some time since I've purchased a face mist, so I think, look, usually I try to use this series to really whittle down my collection and only keep what I love, work out what I want to pan and get rid of the things that I'm not enjoying. And I would say that I have done that with this video, but I own so many face sprays that I really enjoy. And I think it was last year that I decluttered most of the ones that I just wasn't really loving. So I think potentially all that's happened here is I've just done a really good job of decluttering them last year, and I've picked out a couple that just weren't really, they weren't doing it for me. So it is what it is. We can't declutter all of things all of the time, but I did get rid of a couple of things. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to leave your comments about anything you saw in this video. Let me know your favorite setting sprays or hydrating sprays, all of the things, the priming sprays. I will be back next month with another highlighter video. It's going to be my highlighter palettes video. That's just, listen, I am sick and tired of trying out the highlighters Mate, it's been hanging over my head for a long time. However, if you actually want to see another highlighter video, I did do my single highlighters. I think maybe that was the last one that I did. Maybe, I can't remember. Anyway, I will link it down below along with the rest of the videos that I've done in this series. So that's it, guys. I'm going to leave it there. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.